Have you ever found yourself magnetically pulled towards someone who leaves you emotionally bruised, again and again, yet you can't seem to walk away? You know deep down that this relationship is draining you, maybe even damaging you. But something invisible tugs you back. A text, a glance, a memory, a hope that this time it will be different. It doesn't make logical sense. You're not naive. You're not weak. So why does your heart keep racing for people who treat your love like an afterthought? The answer isn't in your poor judgment. It's not that you love too hard or attract the wrong people. According to Carl Jung, you are being called, not by the other person, but by a hidden part of yourself. You are drawn to certain people because they mirror what you have disowned, buried, or never fully met within your own psyche. And until you recognize this, you will keep repeating the same painful patterns, mistaking compulsion for chemistry and trauma for destiny. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. Because what feels like love may, in truth, be a summons from your unconscious, an invitation to heal. You were never taught this truth. Since childhood, you've been conditioned to believe that love is something you find, a missing piece that completes you. Romantic comedies, songs, even well-meaning advice reinforce the idea that the right person will fix your loneliness, heal your past, or finally make you feel worthy. But Jung saw it differently. He believed that what we call love at first sight is often projection, the unconscious casting of our inner world onto another person. We don't fall for who they are. We fall for who they represent: the lost child, the wounded healer, the forbidden rebel, the nurturing mother, the powerful father, archetypes alive within us, seeking expression. And here's the painful twist. The more unconscious you are of these inner figures, the more compulsively you will seek them outside yourself. That's why you keep returning to people who trigger you, because they activate something unresolved in your psyche. Not because they're the one, but because they hold up a mirror to your unhealed self. Jung warned, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Your repeated attraction to emotionally unavailable partners, chaotic lovers, or critical figures isn't fate. It's your psyche trying to finish an old story, the wound that keeps calling you back. Think about the type of person you're repeatedly drawn to. Maybe it's the one who disappears when you need them most, or the one who criticizes you for your own good, or the one who makes you feel alive only through intensity, drama, jealousy, make-up sex, emotional roller coasters. Now ask yourself, does this dynamic feel strangely familiar? Chances are, it echoes an early relationship, often with a parent or caregiver, where love was conditional, inconsistent, or entangled with pain. Jung called this the complex, a cluster of emotions, memories, and beliefs formed around an unresolved childhood experience. When activated, it hijacks your adult relationships, making you reenact old scripts in search of resolution. For example, if you grew up with a distant mother, you may unconsciously seek partners who are emotionally withholding, hoping that this time, if you love them enough, they'll finally stay. If your father was harsh and demanding, you may be drawn to critical, perfectionistic people, trying to earn the approval you never received. But here's the trap. You're not actually trying to heal the past. You're trying to master it. And mastery through repetition never works. It only deepens the wound. What you're really seeking isn't that person. It's the wholeness you lost when you first had to contort yourself to survive love. The shadow doesn't whisper, it attracts. One of Jung's most radical ideas is the shadow, the part of ourselves we deny, reject, or hide because it feels unacceptable. Your shadow contains everything you've labeled as bad: your rage, your neediness, your selfishness, your sensuality, your vulnerability, even your brilliance. But here's what no one tells you. You are magnetically drawn to people who embody your shadow. Why? Because they carry what you've disowned. If you spent your life being the good one, you'll be pulled toward chaotic, selfish people. If you suppress your anger, you'll attract explosive partners. If you buried your desire, you'll obsess over those who radiate raw sensuality. This isn't coincidence. It's psychic compensation. Your unconscious is trying to restore balance by forcing you to confront what you split off. But when you're unaware of this mechanism, you don't integrate the shadow. You fuse with it through the other person. You either idealize them, they're so free, or demonize them, they're so destructive. Either way, you remain fragmented. Jung taught that true healing begins when you stop projecting your shadow onto others and start owning it within yourself. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That person who drives you crazy, they're not your enemy. They're your teacher, however harsh their methods. The anima and animus, your inner soul image. Jung also observed that men and women carry an unconscious inner image of the opposite sex, the anima in men and animus in women. This isn't about gender, it's about psyche. The anima represents a man's inner feminine, his capacity for feeling, relatedness, intuition, and soulfulness. The animus represents a woman's inner masculine, her capacity for clarity, assertion, logic, and purpose. When these inner figures are undeveloped, they become projected onto real people. So a man with a repressed anima may become obsessed with a mysterious, emotionally elusive woman, not because of who she is, but because she symbolizes the depth and feeling he's lost touch with. A woman with a suppressed animus may keep falling for arrogant, intellectual men, hoping they'll give her the voice and direction she hasn't claimed for herself. But projection always leads to disappointment, because no human being can carry your soul image forever. Eventually, they reveal their humanity, and you feel betrayed. The real work? To withdraw the projection, to reclaim your anima or animus, to become whole within yourself, so you no longer need another person to be your soul. Why letting go feels like dying. Now you might wonder, if I understand all this, why can't I just walk away? Because breaking the pattern isn't just about ending a relationship. It's about killing an illusion, the illusion that this person holds your healing, your worth, your completion. And that feels like death. Jung described this as the nigredo, the dark, depressive phase of transformation where the old self must dissolve before the new can emerge. You feel empty, lost, like you've lost your compass. But this emptiness isn't failure. It's sacred space. It's the void where you finally meet yourself, not as the lover, the pleaser, the rescuer, but as the whole, autonomous being you were always meant to become. Yes, it's terrifying. Yes, you'll grieve. But grief is the price of authenticity. How to break the cycle without becoming cynical. This isn't about building walls or swearing off love. It's about shifting from unconscious attraction to conscious connection. Here's how. 1. Stop asking, "Why do I love them?" Ask, "What does this relationship reveal about me?" Every painful dynamic is a map to your inner world. Use it. 2. Pause the pattern. The moment you feel that familiar pull, the urgency, the fantasy, the "I need to fix this," stop. Breathe. Delay your reaction. Create space between trigger and response. 3. Reclaim your projections. Ask, "What quality in this person am I denying in myself?" Then practice embodying it alone. Angry? Journal it. Needy? Comfort yourself. Desiring freedom? Take yourself on a solo adventure. 4. Grieve the original wound. Sit with the younger part of you who first learned that love equals pain. Say to them, "You didn't deserve that. I'm here now." 5. Choose discomfort over repetition. Real growth feels unfamiliar. If a relationship feels safe but empty, or passionate but destructive, question it. True intimacy is calm, consistent, and respectful, not chaotic. The liberation that comes after the pain. When you stop seeking your wholeness in others, something extraordinary happens. You stop being drawn to people and start choosing them. You no longer need intensity to feel alive. You find depth in quiet presence. You no longer chase the unavailable. You honor your own worth by walking toward those who show up fully. You stop confusing obsession with love and recognize that real love doesn't leave you anxious, small, or confused. Jung called this process individuation, becoming who you truly are, beyond the scripts of family, society, and unconscious patterns. It's not easy. It demands courage. But it is the only path to genuine connection, because you can only meet another soul when you've stopped using them as a mirror for your wounds. The invitation. So I ask you now, are you ready to stop repeating the past disguised as love? Are you willing to sit with the ache of your unmet needs, without running to someone who will only mirror them back to you? This isn't about cutting people off. It's about coming home to yourself. Because the person you've been searching for in every lover, friend, and stranger has been waiting inside you all along. And until you meet them, you will keep mistaking ghosts for guides. But today can be different. Today, you can choose to turn inward, to heal the wound that keeps calling you back to pain, to reclaim every part of yourself you've given away in the name of love. It won't be easy, but it will be true. And that, more than any relationship, is where your freedom begins. If this resonates, write in the comments, I choose wholeness. Let's see how many are ready to trade repetition for awakening. And don't forget, keep watching the next video. Because your healing isn't found in another person. It's found in the courage to become yourself. See you there.